So we just explored listen and serve. And now we are going to continue our exploration of understanding how to build web servers and build web applications with Go. And so this is really where you start, because you start listen and serve, and that launches a server. And we have to say what port it's on. So we're giving it a string, and we just read here that address is the network TCP address, 8080. And nil will launch the default servmux. But this is taking in type handler. And so understanding type handler is really important to understanding the net HTTP package. And so I'm just going to click on handler here. And that'll take me to type handler. I'm still in the net HTTP package. I could have also just gotten here from the index. And in the index, I have type handler. And remember, Go is all about type. So we could create our own type in Go. So here I've created a type hotdog. Its underlying type is int. And here I'm creating a variable called, I'll call it m. And variable m, and notice just how much more readable that code is when I kind of change it. Variable m is of type hotdog. And so I can now run this, and I get that the value stored in variable m, which is of type hotdog, is 42. And that when I ask for the type of that, that is type hotdog. I could, if I wanted to, force this to be a type int through not casting, but conversion. I'm going to say, hey, this is type int. I'm not sure about the syntax here. Invalid assertion, non-interface. Oh, I am going to do casting, not assertion. So I'm going to say, hey, this is type int, right? So I could cast that, cast, conversion, conversion and assertion. We don't use cast, sorry. So this is conversion, and assertion was if it's of type interface, I could assert it's another type. So that's conversion. So I converted it to an int because that's its underlying type. I could convert it to that. Point being, we could create our own types in Go. We saw that with this silly example about a hot dog. We saw that with this example. There's another type. And using a composite literal, we have person, which is the type, curly braces, and then we put the value or values in between with a composite literal. We always have the trailing comma. And I messed something up. I need a colon equals for declaration. So we could create our own types. That's the takeaway of everything you just saw right there. Create our own types. And here's type handler. All these different types that have been created. Type cookie jar, type dir, type file, file system, flusher, handler, type header. Ooh, right? Web requests and web responses are going to have headers. We could add to them, we could delete from them, set them, write them. Type hijacker, that sounds interesting. But all these different types have been created. Go is about type. Interesting. And now we have type handler. Now we got int, we got string, we got struct, slice, and then all those other types. Wow, Go is about type, right? Create types, and then you create values of those types. So that's like a really important concept to wrap your head around. Go is about types. And then we have type handler, and we're going to explore why type handler is central to the NetHTTP package in the next video. This video is just like Go is all about types.